What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. This video is all about transitional lenses on the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Now, these are transition lenses, meaning they are clear indoors, but then when you go out in the sun, they will turn into a somewhat sunglass. And I'm gonna show you the difference between these and just a regular sunglass as well, so that you can see how dark they get. I'll give you my opinion and all of that. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So at this point, I'm gonna walk outside and you'll see how quickly these are gonna transition. It does take a bit of time. It's not instantaneous, that's for sure. And man, this is gonna burn my eyes. And hopefully they'll do it even with my hat on. So we'll do this. If they don't turn, then we'll take the hat off and then do it. All right, they're definitely adjusting at this point, which is nice because my eyes were starting to hurt. And you can probably see the difference in my eyes. It's a little bit less easy to see them. Now, it's definitely helped alleviate the sun, bothering my eyes a little bit, but definitely not as much as a traditional sunglass. So I have these on. Let me switch over to the sunglasses so that you can see those. All right, these are the sunglasses, and these are a lot more easy on my eyes in terms of like the sun bothering them, a lot better. There's polarization built into these, which is great. The transitional lenses don't have polarization, at least mine don't, because I have reading glasses. But still, all of that helps. Well, polarization's good for just protecting your eye, but it feels a lot more comfortable on my eye. So if you're using them outdoors, you're probably gonna wanna go with just a traditional sunglass. This is what it looks like through the sunglass. And I know it's out of focus, but just to give you an idea of, you can see how much clarity you get in terms of it being shaded out with the sunglass. And then here's the transitional lens. Now, I have to admit, it does look fairly close, but when you're looking through them, the big differences you're gonna see with the transition lens versus the sunglass lens is with the transition lens, you can see my eyeball a lot clearer when you're looking at me. And then also when you're looking through these in terms of yourself, what you see, it's definitely darker with the sunglass. Again, I know this video doesn't fully show that, but it is. It's probably about a 50% difference that the sunglass is darker than the transition lens. But at the same time, what's so great about having a transition lens is that you end up being able to wear them anywhere. You can wear them indoors, they'll be completely clear, but once those UV rays start coming out, your glasses will switch over and you'll be having a somewhat shaded look, which is awesome. And I really like that. So that's why I do have one pair for indoors, and then I have a traditional sunglass to outdoors, because personally, I do want it to be darker and a little bit easier on my eyes versus having just a transitional lens that's only maybe 50% the darkness than a traditional sunglass would be. So again, here are the transitional lenses. And then I'll give you a look at what the sunglasses look like in just a moment. And then here are the sunglasses. And then also remember with the transitional lenses, it does take maybe 15 to 30 seconds for it to transition from a clear lens to a shaded lens. And then kind of back and forth, it'll take about, 15 to 30 seconds to transition from a shaded lens back into a clear lens. So there is a transitional period of time. It's not instantaneous when you snap your fingers. But with that said, what do you guys think? Which one do you think is more fit for your lifestyle and what you guys would want? Let me know in the comments down below. But for me, I would personally want both. The transitional lens is great if I have my glasses on, I run outside and I gotta use them. That's fantastic. You also have to remember with the transitional lens that if you're in cars, sometimes they don't transition over because of all the protection on your glass for your cars. They won't transition over to a darker lens, they'll just stay clear. So that's another thing to take into consideration. But let me know which one you choose and why. Thanks for watching. I'll link these down below. The lenses that I have, which are awesome, the third-party lenses, I've reviewed them. I'll put that review video and a link to buy them. And then I'll also put a link to get the sunglasses. Get the sunglasses, they're freaking awesome, I love them. Thanks for watching, have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.